Let us get them started. Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event semifinal number 1 between Blue Scuti and Tristop. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now, we say it every time, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's still, still the year. This could be your first time ever watching a classic Tetris tournament. So you got to know who the players are. Blue Scuti, of course, made worldwide headlines earlier this year for being the first person ever to, quote, beat Tetris by reaching the game crash screen. Also a 2-time winner of CTM major events, including the December 2023 Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event, and is the winner of this year's Lone Star Open Championship, the live event that we hold in Austin, Texas, and the winner of multiple regional events. And also, news, spoiler alert, close your ears if you don't want spoilers, but the runner-up in the 2024 DAS Jonas Cup. So just last weekend finished second to Fractal in the Jonas Cup in a DAS tournament. Now, we are not watching a DAS tournament right now. We are watching an open championship. Players can play any play style. Almost certainly that is going to be enrolling in 2024. 159 for Tristop as we get underway. 137 for Blue Scuti. On the right side of the screen, Tristop is a player that's been on a little bit of a rampage lately, winning recent regional tournaments in Canada, Montreal. I was on hand for that one against Eyeball, and the Philadelphia one against Gerald Freeman. And also has finished second in the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event over 3 years ago in April and February 2021. So has been in the finals before, looking for another shot to get there. 212 for Blue Scuti, 215 for Tristop. Now, Blue Scuti, of course, has won these, this tournament before, has won our Open Championship, has had very deep runs in CTWC and second in Jonas Cup, but at high level competition, Tristop has got Blue Scuti's number. They have faced each other one time in CTWC. Tristop won 3 games to 1. I believe that was knocking Scuti out of the top 8. In Philadelphia, Tristop knocked Blue Scuti out of the semifinals, and also they have a matchup in the Classic Tetris League, I believe this year. But it is Scuti with the 2 championships here in the CTM Cinematic Universe. Scuti finishing in the top 8 in CTWC this year, and Tristop making it all the way to the top 4. So, as it stands, 2 very accomplished players. Tristop really looking to punch his ticket to the finals and get another shot. Has not been in the finals of CTM Masters since September 2021. 403 for Tristop, 423, but it does seem that Tristop has kind of turned a corner and found another gear. Winning those regional tournaments. Of course, Scuti winning regional tournaments as well. So both players on top of the Tetris world. Certainly among most people's lists in the top 5 of Tetris players. 449 for Tristop, 470 for Blue Scuti. Scuti gets a dirty Tetris there in column 10. And both players pacing a little bit. You know, you're looking for about a 500,000 around 100 lines, and that's just about where they are. I mean, basically right on. Let me go ahead and refresh one of our streams if I can do it without crashing the whole OBS. So we may have an issue on one of our players' stream. We'll go ahead and once we get one of our other players to transition, I would say if the other player's not back, then I think we would refresh it here. 549 here for Scuti. Not quite sure where Tristop is at the moment. And Tristop is back. 567 for Tristop through 118. Now, these are things that happen when you do play Tetris over the internet. Blue Scuti, Oklahoma, Tristop in New York. I'm in Texas. So we're playing an analog game, 40 years old, over the internet. These kind of things do happen. Tetris or Tristop into 19 at 620. Scuti is into 19. He's at about 568. All right, nice little tuck there for Tristop. And this is just one of the things you have to sort of deal with to play top-level Tetris. You got to be okay with the little technical blips and bleeps that happened. Dirty Tetris for Scuti, column 10. He's going to set up aggro long bar, column 9. Another long bar over. We'll see if he's going to continue to stay in that dirty Tetris kind of setup here. And it looks like it. He's looking for an S here. He's just going to take a nice triple. And oh, he's setting up. He's going to take that triple. Just get a safe stack. Can't blame him for that. But 751 here for Tristop. 659 for Blue Scuti. We have had a recent freshly crowned CTM Masters event winner. That was Tristop. That was Sidnev. Tristop hoping to be the next one. Has been trying for a lot of years here. And has made his way to the semifinals again. Tetris here for Scuti, 774, 892 Tristop on 23. This is a pace, my friends. And one thing I do have to apologize. I am still getting over being sick, so I may have to mute every once in a while. And I muted the music and I coughed into the microphone. I keep doing that. See, the problem is my DAS Master scene, the mics are flip-flopped completely differently. So my apologies. I did that again. I'll try not to do that. But anyway, I might have to mute the microphone to cough and just sound gross overall. Do I have COVID? I don't think so. I think I had it 2 weeks ago, and now I have something different from the convention. All right. I muted properly. Tetris or Tristop. He's got an A59. That is a max out. A signifying the 1 million points. B would signify the 1.1 million points, and so on until we get to F, which is 1.5, and then loop back around. Scuti's got the max out on 27 as well. Mr. Brain says the coughing is more exciting than the music. A skimming at Tetris for Tristop. He's got the 1.1 Tetris for Scuti. Now, of course, we just got done earlier today with DAS Masters, where level 29 is a kill screen. No longer in open tournament Tetris in 2024. Players with the rolling technique can play well past 29. We do have a level 39 super kill screen added for tournament play. Tristop is into 29. He's got a 1.2 long bar over to bring this down. B49 for Scuti. Both players kind of couldn't get pieces over to that left, so had to bring it down with Tetris's. Scuti gets a long bar over to the left, B96. He's back by about a Tetris. Tetris is on 29, worth 36,000 points. They will climb in value 1,200 points each successive level. On level 39, they'll be worth 48,000 points. Tetris for Tristop, D10. Scuti trying to bring this down. Opens up the right side. Bang, Tetris for Scuti. C52. Tristop ahead by about 100,000 points now after a Tetris. But Scuti's now at C91. When their lines are the same, it's about a 60,000 point lead. Tristop's board starting to climb a little bit. He's set up for a dirty triple. Trying to bring this down. Needs pieces for the left, right, center, everywhere. And Tristop's board starting to climb. He brings it down with a triple D79. Scuti now in the lead. Tristop is going to top out a D83, and Blue Scuti in the last moments of this game is going to take the lead and will take this game. This first game of this match. GG to both our players. Holy moly. Scuti really behind the entire time and was able to survive just long enough to overtake Tristop here in game number 1. All right, I muted the right thing. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Where you do see Blue Scuti with the CTM Lone Star 2023 shirt on. I didn't make 2024 shirts. I didn't make them. Do I even want to succeed as a channel? I guess not. Do I even want to win? But I know that shirt is like 3 sizes too big for Scuti. Nevertheless, that is the size he wanted. He's like, oh, I prefer this. But that's good because he can, like, you know, grow into it. Timothy KK says, Vandy, you need to sell out harder. Chen says, Vandy, feel better soon. My #1 commentator in Tetris. Oh, thank you, Chen. JS says, this is live? It is. 114 Tristop as we get underway. Blue Scuti going to fill in the Vits. Another long bar there for the Tetris. 114 for him as well. So players tied through the same lines. In game number 2. Timothy KK says, bro, Scuti is already taller than me, bro. I mean, that's not really that hard, Timmy. I've been near you in person. All right, Scuti, a little adjustment to make room for the S, and is now Tetris ready. 185 after a Tetris. 185 from Tristop as well as he waits for a bar. Creates a line dependency in the middle of sack, which is actually a dirty Tetris setup, and he gets the dirty Tetris. And setting up for another dirty Tetris, and gets it to clear away that right side and get another Tetris. 255 Tristop, 253 from Blue Scuti. Blue Scuti kind of watching a little bit. He's like, oh, all right. This guy's got some moves. Blue Scuti looking to take this game off of Tristop. And, you know, you can point out stuff like, oh, you know, Blue Scuti has never beaten Tristop. But, you know, they've only played 3 matches against each other. Small sample. Kind of early tuck there for Tristop is going to force some garbage into the middle of his board. So now trying to take care of that. He's got this little little mini secret grade little thing going on in there. Cat Surgery loves it. .310 Tristop, 347 Blue Scuti. The Blue Scuti still just humming along here. And Tristop just about to get out of this. Takes a nifty little burn with that J-piece. And there's the 1 piece to uncover the well. So you get it, the 1 piece. See, Tristop is playing, so I said 1 piece. Okay, 343 for Tristop, 392 for Blue Scuti. All right, Tristop going to take that triple, skim away some stuff there in the middle. Open well, Tetris, 373 for Tristop. Another Tetris there, 396. And Tristop like 11 lines ahead right now. Scuti up near the top of the board, burning. Back in the old DAS days, you know, this would be, oh my God. But now it's just kind of routine for these players to live up this high on the board and have no problem. Tristop Tetris 465 now in the lead, while Scuti was burning. The old DAS days like a week ago? You mean like earlier today? All right, long bar over to the left side. That's going to burn a split double for Tristop. That's going to help him uncover that right side of the board. And now just getting kind of jade to death here. And would love a well-timed bar. Gets that T over to that left side as well. Still managing to bring it down. Takes a nice safety double to bring it down a little bit more just before that bar comes in. 503 Tristop just 4 lines away from that 19 transition, which involves a speed increase of 50%. You know, it's as if like you were going 20 miles an hour and then all of a sudden you're going 30 miles an hour. Oh my God. How scary would that be? See, you can see how big that speed increase is for them. 581 into 19 for Blue Scuti. There's a Tristop Tetris 581. Imagine you're on a bus. Yeah, imagine a bus. I did have an imagine a bus like moment when I was in Portland. I was like, oh, I'm at the crosswalk and I have to wait. And then like I was there way ahead of a bunch of other people. And then they caught up. And then we all crossed at the same time. And I was like, oh, all right. It's like frame rules. 694 for Blue Scuti, 664 for Tristop. Tristop going to take that triple, a skim, and a Tetris. 699. Players are pretty close in score, but Tristop ahead by about 10 lines. Yeah, like IRL frame rules are super frustrating. Yeah. Barrett says, I missed my bus at the airport and I had to wait over an hour. See, IRL frame rules. No bueno. All right, Tristop getting up a little bit high, going to uncover that long, that well. Now waiting out the bar. Okay, nice J piece, nice long bar. Tetris 794. Tetris Tristop 829. Scuti at 812. Board starting to climb. Has room to chuck stuff over to that right side. Now he's got to build out that left side a little bit. Takes a triple but blocks the well. Long bar down. Tetris Scuti 858. Tristop now in the lead 892. You can see just a little bit of a slowdown, enough to give your opponent that lead. Again, Tristop ahead in lines though, so that's what you got to keep in mind as we get closer and closer to 29 and eventually 39. 29 not so important, but still you'd like to be ahead. Tristop one Tetris away from the max out, gets that Tetris A25 on 27. Now Scuti 1 Tetris away. And there's a Tetris Scuti max out A28. All right, Tristop's board starting to climb here. Long bar over and down. Just in time to bring this board back down to something reasonable post 29. Still, I mean, still pretty high. He's gonna have to deal with this. All right, good pieces here for Tristop to try to work this down, getting it done. Still not out of the woods. Okay, has uncovered that right side. Does not quite have a Tetris ready. Long bar goes over. B06 for Tristop, B46 for Scuti. Scuti starting to pile high in the middle, kind of waiting out, almost like perfect pieces, kind of waiting out for that. And now that left side for, oh, Scuti, how does he get that T over for that burn? Scuti, I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. That's going to be a top out B60. So Chasedown for Tristop is B61. A Tetris would do it. That's all he needs. He doesn't know it yet. Needs to get a long bar over. Gets over in a Tetris for Tristop. And Tristop will take game number 2. And Bro is falling down. Bro just fell out of his chair. Wow. They're trading that lead back and forth the whole way. Tristop barely, I mean, if he didn't get that long bar, it was over. But he got it, and so here he is. Put himself in a position to win, and he won. The best of three between Blue Scuti and Tristop. Let's go 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, excuse me. Laurie has gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Thank you very, very much, Laurie H, for gifting those memberships. Baby Shark Jimmy, Lone Wolf, Craig Brain Impact, and Maya A, or MYAA. You've all received fan level memberships courtesy of Laurie. Thank you so much, Laurie. Jimmy. Indeed. Really appreciate it. All right, we're underway here in game 3. We have a virtual mini the best of 3 now. Now, kind of disappointment personally is we did not get to see Tristop at Jonas Cup, was not available that weekend. And of course, you know, he's your top 6 overall score world record holder, and has a 1.3 in DAS. And of course, a top DAS player. So it would have been cool to see Tristop in Jonas Cup this weekend. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it. But maybe next year. Yeah, the first DAS 1.3, of course. How could I forget? Timmy Kim says Tristop would have won Jonas Cup. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is who did win. I guess being available for the tournament is like a tournament skill. And so I guess Tristop had a skill issue. Tetris for Tristop, 253, 197 for Blue Scuti. We got $400 left, by the way, that we would love to raise for the prize pool. If we only have $1,600, I mean, it's very, very generous for us to even to get there. But with $1,600, we can pay only the top 4. If we get to 2,000, we can pay the top 8. So if we can get, what do you think? Maybe 8 people chipping in 50? How about that? 8 people chipping in $50. We can do that. We'll get there. This is really the last stream we've got to raise it. Nearly all the money in the prize pool is raised from our live viewers. So if you're watching live, I mean, this is really the time to do it. 371 for Tristop, 313 for Blue Scuti. Yeah, it's been a while since we missed our incentive. It's okay. You know, it doesn't have to happen every month, but we like it to happen. It encourages the players to come back. But here's the thing. We are asking now to fulfill 2 tournaments worth of prize pool, and that isn't always viable. So there's no guilt there if you can't do it. It's fine. 467 Tristop, 369 from Blue Scuti. Dog with the rebirth. What are my thoughts? My thoughts? You want my thoughts? I mean, it is a massive achievement, and it's very cool that Dog's first time ever holding a score world record also came with him being the first one getting rebirth. That was shocking to me, and I remember even on stream that happened. It's like, wait, Dog has never held the world record? He's never held the score world record. and holds it now. So, I mean, is there anything that Dog hasn't done in Tetris? I mean, my goodness. 518 Tristop, 467 Blue Scuti. I think the next thing is, you know, maybe some people to try to get the crash dodge with like assistance, you know, like somebody coaching or talking them through. I think that would be a cool next thing. I think the next other big thing is a DAS 1.4. Those are probably the two biggest next things to do in Tetris. $537 here for Tristop as we approach level 19. Tristop going to transition in at 562. Blue Scuti at 520. There's one more Tetris available. He's going to get that Tetris 544. So a little less than a Tetris difference at transition. Username Gold says DAS 1.4 will never happen. I mean, I remember the people saying DAS 1.3 would never happen. And yet, here we are. We also heard Rebirth would never happen. We heard Game Crash would never happen. We heard a million things that are never going to happen. Now, that isn't to say you just put blank will never happen and therefore blank is possible, but it's possible. Like, it's literally possible. And as long as people keep playing this game, it will happen. Denisha with the $15 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you very, very much. That gets us up to $16.15. Then saying it would be extremely difficult. Well, yeah, but that's the point. It's like extremely difficult things happen in every realm of human existence every single day. So the fact that something extremely difficult isn't to say it'll never happen. Oh, those Wright brothers, they'll never get an airplane off the ground. That'll never happen. Yeah, it was hard, but it happened. Tetris Blue Scuti 671. There is a Tetris Tristop 792. And usually the way these things work is like, you know, everybody's like, oh, we can never get it. It's so hard. We'll never get it. One person gets it. And then immediately within like a week, like 5 other people get it. Like for every achievement. People just have to believe that it's possible, you know, and like really, truly believe deep down in their hearts that it's really possible. And that's like a prerequisite for doing anything, you know? And sometimes people try for things and maybe they don't really deep down believe it. But as soon as they see it demonstrated in reality and inspired, then they can do it. 869 Tristop, 777 Blue Scuti. Pam Owen says, I can't believe Vandy is saying Rebirth is easy. All right, Tristop with that spin down that right side. That's going to help his board a lot. He's trying to maintain this lead. He's got about an 80,000 point lead. Let's see. Well, actually, the lines are even now. So now it's about a 50,000 point lead when the lines are even. So yeah, the next frontiers I think are going to be that DAS 1.4 and then the blindfolded assisted crash dodge Rebirth. Those are the next 2 frontiers. And then eventually that'll lead people to start to get more actively memorizing those crash dodge parameters and all the things. And somebody will get it down and then someone will get it. Oh no, Tristop with that flip of the long bar. That's a top out at 998. Blue Scuti needs a 999. And I think he knows the situation, so he is just taking this. He's taking singles and doubles. Yeah, the double flip of the bar for Tristop. That is just bitterly horrible. There's the max out for Blue Scuti, and he is going to take game number 2. My word, it shows you, man. You're just one in these games. You're just one little thing away from total disaster. So that when that doesn't happen. And when you get those double 39s and you get those huge scores, every single moment up until then, players are on the knife's edge, right? Blue Scuti up 2, excuse me, up 2 games to 1 over Tristop. Tristop needs to win this one to force a deciding game. 5, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. An Angry Roro has resubscribed. Tier 1, 7 months. Thank you very much. Says both of these players are cool. $385 to go until we reach our level, our $2,000 pay the top 8 incentive. Would love to get there. Don't make me do it myself. Tristop Scuti, Tristop Scuti. What? I just used the word Tristop instead of Tetris. Tristop Scuti. All right. Tetris for Scuti and Tetris for Tristop. Boom. Testop for Tris. Tristop is Tetris. Corporal 381 is heeding the call and has contributed $150 to the prize pool that gets us up to $1,765. Thank you so much, Corporal 381. Corporal also a supporter on Patreon. Thank you so much. Tetris Tristop 168, 166 for Blue Scuti. The cold meds are getting to you. I don't take any cold meds. The only thing I take is my melatonin and tryptophan sleep gummy that I bought from Gwyneth Paltrow. And it works a treat. And it tastes awesome. I got the Goop gummies. The what's it called? It's called Knock Me Out Goop gummies. Oh my God, they are so good. They work. I'm robo-tryptophaning. I don't know. I'm just saying they work. No one's paying me to say this. Then again, you can use our coupon code CTM at checkout. I'm just kidding. We don't really have that. 284 for Tristop, 241 for Blue Scuti. Yeah, they don't have anything, weird in them. There's just tryptophan and melatonin and vitamin B6, and that's it. But they work. Can you trade your channel points for some of these MEDs, these meds? I don't think so, but you can get them. Now I hear, what I have heard is that, and Sue is the one who told me this, because Sue keeps up with this kind of stuff, like beauty, wellness stuff. But she told me that Goop is going to discontinue a lot of their stuff in their wellness line. So I got to go and buy a bunch of these sleep gummies because it's the only thing that works. 344 Blue Scuti, 400 for Tristop. I mean, I'm going to have to just go in the street corner and find hey man, got any tryptophan? Does it taste like chocolate mint? All right, Scuti going to create a little bit of a gap there in his stack. Going to have to deal with that. That should clear away fairly easily. Minimal burning, you would hope. All right, that tea is going to help out a lot. All right, there's a lot of Gwyneth Paltrow hatred in the chat. That's fine, whatever. I don't know anything about it, except she's got one product that I liked. And the only reason I tried it is because some YouTuber I follow tried it and said, oh man, this knocked me out. And that's exactly what I needed to happen. 539 Tristop, 441 Blue Scuti. Kern MX says, do you think that watching so much Tetris might make it harder to sleep? I don't watch nearly as much Tetris as, one, people think I do, two, as most people in the classic Tetris scene, you know? 609 Tristop, 632 now after Tetris 516 Blue Scuti. Gray Guy Gamer says, Vandy, what do you think about Dog getting rebirth? I addressed it already. It's amazing. I mean, it is a gym rebirth, so, you know, keep that in mind. That means there's still more to do in Tetris. 679 transition for Tristop. That is bonkers. 589 here for Scuti. Yeah, I just think the next frontier, that DAS 1.4 and then the Crash Dodge Rebirth assisted. Those are the two next things. Also, winning CTWC would also be another another thing people can try to do. 782 for Tristop, 667 for Blue Scuti. Another Tetris Tristop, 809 on 21. This is huge pace. I mean assisted as in coaching. I mean as in coaching. As in someone there reading the spreadsheet, telling what they got to do next. And I do think that should be a special category. Should not be the same as if someone got it on their own. That's just my thought. I'm not an expert. I'll never get the game crash. I'll never get colors. I'll never get any of that. But that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. People can feel free to disagree. 923 for Tristop on 23. Huge pace still. And of course, the Mind Meld game crash. That'll be the other thing. And people can say, oh, no one will ever get that game crash, but I mean, that crash dodge, but Scuti was trying to dodge crashes at the Jonas Cup. And it was, I don't know how many of you know about that, but on Friday, Scuti was just kind of walking in, sits up at one of the stations. It was just free play at that point, starts playing, gets a live game crash, first time ever, and was trying to crash dodge and said, hey, somebody get me that spreadsheet. DMJ, do you got the spreadsheet? So, you know, it's already on at least one player's mind to try it. Tristop with the max out here, but getting high on the board. So this is going to require some survival. Has about 160,000 point lead on Scuti. Uncovers that right side well and gets a Tetris to bring it back down. 1.15 on level 27. That is some survival for Tristop. I thought it was wraps, bruh, as the kids say. But he's got the 1.189. Scuti with the 976. Tristop another Tetris. He's got a 1.2 on 28. Scuti's got the max on 28. Tetris Tristop, C67 into 29. Left side needs help. He's kind of high here. That left side might be cut off. Not sure what he can get over. He's working it down with an L. And no, he's going to top out at C72. The target for Blue Scuti is C73. If he can get to C73, he will take this and punch his ticket to the finals. Huge pace here for Tristop, but just not able to survive through level 29. That can often happen when you get on these big paces. You just start thinking, oh, it's all going to keep coming. And Blue Scuti is going to get the little mini Chasedown and will be moving on to the finals. GG to Tristop. Great match. But Blue Scuti right now would not be denied. We'll go ahead and watch Blue Scuti finish this out. He's got the E32. That's a 1.4 Not a great board, but could still get a rollover out of this. And yeah, that board gonna climb. Whatever. Rip his FMS. That's all right. All right, Blue Scuti, stick around. I know it's a school night, but you're gonna have to stay up and play the winner of the next match, which we will set up right now. It's gonna be Dangler and Dog. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest classic Tetris community online, at ctm.gg/discord, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.